So this is how I in part treat plantar fasciitis. I do a lot of exercises, but I also use electric muscle stimulation. I have two machines that I like. The EV906, which if I program it correctly with a 300 microsecond pulse width, 5 to 10 second on period, a 50-second off period, and I set that up for 12 minutes. Does an okay job if the person has good sensation and good feeling. This is a Globus Genesee 300, which is actually my favorite stimmer for price over power. More than twice as strong as this, but it costs about 3 times as much. Depending on the deal I get, they're like $500 if I'm getting a good deal, or $650 if I'm not getting a good deal. But it is the best, strongest, and ultimately customizable EMS machine that I'm able to find in America, imported from Italy. Okay, so Jada, if you could remove your Uggs, please. And we'll just do it. Yeah, and take your socks off. We'll just do the basic thing. Let me grab a spray bottle. Okay, all of these stimulators come with sticky rubber carbon electrodes, which I don't, or sorry, they come with sticky,
adhesive.
What are they? Gel electrodes. Yeah, I never use them. I basically put them in a box and I save them in case anyone wants them for free. I use the rubber carbon electrodes because A, they're bigger, so they can transmit more electricity through a bigger surface area, so it's not as uncomfortable to the skin sensors. And studies, which I've blogged on, show that they not only the increased size help, but just the material, the carbon, makes it twice as comfortable and get a better muscle contraction for the time for the amount of electric stimulation you're using. And when I'm doing this, I'm doing what's called electric muscle stimulation. I'm not doing TENS. The blog that this coincides with found that TENS didn't have a statistically significant effect on plantar fasciitis. However, if you look at the TENS group versus the non-TENS group, the TENS group was in fact out a little bit better. So maybe if they had more subjects, it would have been statistically significant. However, what I'm doing is basically a Russian stimulation duty cycle of 10 seconds on, 50 seconds off. However, with the Globus and with the other one, I'm using a biphasic square wave current, which is more comfortable than Russian stimulation. And in every machine I've tried, gives you a lot better of a muscle contraction. And so without further ado, I'm just going to set it up. So, I want one channel under one foot, under the ball of the foot, and under the heel of the toe, and another channel under the other foot. I spray it so it's wet. I just use water. Jay's going to stand on those. That looks pretty good. Sometimes I have 2 more channels I could use, so I'll sometimes put, if I have, this is my basic setup for plantar fasciitis, but I'll sometimes put one on the tibialis posterior, because that helps support the foot arch, and I'll sometimes try to put one on the tibialis posterior, right about right there, which also helps support the arch. But I like to start off with just the foot, so you can feel the foot intrinsic muscles really working, and plantar fasciitis, that's where the pain is, so the electric stim from the EMS, because it's more powerful than TENS, I find it works better to decrease pain immediately than those TENS. And you're not able to lean. Can you lean back? Pretty good? Okay. People don't want to just stand there for the 10-minute treatment time. And so, let me slide you back. Go ahead and stand up. Come back a couple inches. Bring that back a couple inches. A little more water to be sure. And have too much water. You want water, a lot of water for the conduction. If someone's in a bathtub and you drop a radio in there, it's not going to work if there's no water. Joke, yeah, joke. Okay. There are many preset programs on the Genesee. I don't use any of them. I do the ones that I wrote into it. which I'm setting up as a 10-50-10. It's going to be 10 seconds on, 50 seconds off for a 10-minute time period. Also, I programmed in a 450 microsecond pulse width, which is the most powerful you can get out of this machine. Hertz of 120 hertz. And it has a rest pulse. I bring that down to 1 pulse per second, because that's the lowest it'll go to, and I usually turn it down during. So, without further ado, here we go. So, okay, we're starting, and I'm just ramping up the current at this point. She's going to tell me when to stop. Say when?
Stop.
18 milliamps. Okay, that's not very much. Can you take more?
Yeah, I need 2 more. Right there.
Okay, I'm always encouraging my patients to take more. Do you feel the muscles contract?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we should film that. Yeah, I can see it. Okay, so there are some exercises, like one exercise is called the short foot exercise, where you're trying to get a contraction of your foot. I have a certain amount of doubts at how effective it is. I try it, I feel like I'm just cheating. And you can do towel bunches. People try towel bunches to get foot intrinsic muscles, but usually your toe flexors are more up in here. It doesn't guarantee, you almost really just don't get inside the foot. But with the electric stim, with that there, I just know I'm getting a real strong contraction, which you'll see in about 16 more seconds when it hits again. And the contraction you get from the EMS is a stronger contraction than I think is possible with any real exercise. This is one of the places where EMS shines. And my patients say immediately afterwards, the feet feel better. Boom, see the foot just contract right there? So it's going to be contracting for 10 seconds. Can you go more?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's used to it, so she's taking more.
Oh, right there.
All right, so we're at 31 milliamps. And that's what you'll find. Generally, as you go, you can take more. You just get used to it. Foot's contracting hard, and there it relaxes.
You can feel it all the way up my calves.
Yeah, not bad, huh? Okay, and so basically I would let this run for 10 minutes, and it shuts itself off. I would put a table here or hand this to her and then just let her work herself up on her own, but that's basically it.